Hello everyone, this is Chibaryu here. Today I am bringing you two different matches, just because the matches that I show tend to be fairly short, fairly quick games. So I have a couple different games, and I'm not playing with my OU team. I am playing with a UU team, and for some reason or another, on the actual PO simulator, I was classified as borderline tier instead of UU tier, which I don't understand because all the Pokemon and all the movesets and everything that I use are UU, as classified by Smogon, but whatever. So here's a couple Borderline games to just kind of just get some diversity up on the channel, I guess, and using some Pokemon that I wouldn't normally get a chance to use. So without further ado, here's the first of the two matches against user Okiku Mew. And leading off with my Ambipom, and they're leading off with the Dragonite. I go for the Fake Out, as all lead Ambipoms should do, to get the Free Flinch, and then he goes for the Earthquake, which doesn't take me out, and I go for the Return. And I'm really surprised the Earthquake didn't take me out, because Ambipoms are very frail, but an Ambipom just took out a Dragonite, so yeah. And he goes for the Mach Punch. I wanted to U-turn out. That was kind of stupid, admittedly. But I'm bringing in my Slowbro, which is like the perfect counter to Conkeldurr in my opinion. So I'm going to use the Psychic, and it's going to take it down. Slowbro is very defensive, but another Psychic should be able to take it out regardless. Slowbro is such a good Pokemon in UU. It's so bulky, and it's just great. I love it. So Absol is going to come in, and I don't want to take a Dark type attack at all. So I'm going to bring out my Azumarill, and Azumarill is a fucking beast. It's got so much attack power, and it's still like so defensive at the same time. It can take hits and dole them out. Azumarill's a fucking monster. So I'm gonna bring down the Absol down to his Sash, and he's gonna switch out to Lilligant. And look, I was down -1 with the superpower, and it still did over half to the Lilligant, which can be fairly bulky. So I'm gonna bring in my Houndoom now, and Houndoom's not a great Pokemon. I've had mixed results with it. It brings in, it overheats, and then you need to get it out of there. It can't really take hits so much as it can dole them out. So now Espeon comes back, and I did switch out to go to my Donphan. Not really sure why, because I know Espeon has Magic Bounce, so I think I was just trying to take it out with Earthquakes. But then it wishes, and yeah, Espeon are very annoying. And it Psychics me, but another Earthquake will take it out. The crit probably mattered, but I mean, I would have been able to take out the Espeon with like a Sucker Punch from Houndoom or a Pursuit from Houndoom anyway. So it didn't really matter in the long run. So now Lilligant comes back out, and I am going to Overheat and take it out. And then Okiku Mew is left with one Pokemon, which is Lapras, and I'm like, I go for the HP Grass, which is, I really need to get a different move because it never does anything. It was probably due to the drop, but that wouldn't have taken it out anyway. Mostly I just wanted the free switch into Azumarill, and I will go for the superpower, and the replay ends there, but the superpower took Lapras out, and I won 4-0. So that was that match, and yeah, now let's just jump on over to the second one. This was against user DJR1196. So in this match, the opponent's using a Sand Team, and I do my Fake Out. Do I U-turn here? I usually U-turn. Oh, well, yeah, sorry, I do U-turn. Every my Fake Out U-turn, he calls back and goes into Tentacruel, which is resisted, but I get a crit. So then I go into my Slowbro, because I got the switch advantage. And I go into my Slowbro because I can use Psychic, and it'll be super effective. And he starts setting up his Toxic Spikes, which is not good for me. I will have the opportunity to get rid of them later. Hopefully I can say, I'm going to try and safely bring in my Donphan to get rid of them. But he calls back his Tentacruel, and I don't want to get rid of them while Tentacruel is still available to set up more of them in case Donphan dies. So, and then Skarmory sets up its regular spikes, and I'm trying desperately to take it out. I know it's probably going to roost, which sucks. because the one thing I don't like about Yu is very defensive and it takes a lot of time. I'm used to offensive play. I'm used to very offensive play. But he's gonna keep roosting, and I'm just gonna keep scalding, trying to get the burn. And then I'm alternating with my psychics to see what does more, because the burn isn't happening. And Skarmory just keeps roosting, and it's really annoying. Um, and I just keep scalding, and there's nothing really I can do right now. It's just I'm just trying to get the burn, and I finally get the burn. But the Whirlwind's out into Ambipom, which isn't good. Ambipom is a really good beginning and late game. So I go for the fake out to get it to flinch, and hopefully the burn takes it out, and luckily for me it does. So the bad thing is now Ambipom's poisoned, and there's nothing really I can do, so I decide to stay in for the low kick, and it gets it Blissey down really, really far. I know I'm dead at the end of this turn. There's nothing I can do. So at this point, the best course of action I can take is to go to Donphan. I do want to get rid of the spikes and toxic spikes, even though Tentacruel is still alive. At least Skarmory's dead, so I can deal with getting poisoned. And I take this opportunity to set up my rocks on the Blissey, because I know it's not going to really be able to do anything. Because I'm not badly poisoned, I'm just poisoned. So I decide to roar Blissey out just to get rid of it for now, and I end up dragging in Spiritomb, which is not good, but not bad either. So I decided to go for an Earthquake to see how much it does, and then I figure that the Shadow Ball is going to take me out, and then but it doesn't. The poison actually leaves me with 1%. Spiritomb ends up resting, and I just roar it out and bring in the Hippowdon, which poison's going to take me out this turn. So I'm behind by 1, but I bring in my Roserade, which is a fantastic Pokemon. A little frail for my taste, but gets the job done when I need it to, like right now. Brings the Hippowdon back, and Celebi comes out. So now what and I Giga Drain, and it does nothing, so he predicted that was a good play on his part. But I'm figuring Celebi is probably going to use Psychic on me, but I can take it out with a Sludge Bomb, but I don't take it out with a Sludge Bomb. And instead it goes for Perish Song, which I thought was an odd choice. And eventually, and he does get poisoned by the Sludge Bomb, and that takes it out. So now we're even again, and Blissey comes in. Blissey can't do anything to me, so I set up some spikes. My Perish counter is still on there. It's going to go down, but I figured I might as well just take in this opportunity to set up some spikes, because I know he can't do anything to me, and I still have some turns left on the Perish counter. So with 1 turn left, I decide now is the time I'm going to switch out into my Azumarill. And Azumarill is such a fucking beast. It's going to be able to take out this Blissey in 1 superpower from full health. Guaranteed. Boom. Azumarill is fucking amazing. So now I've got my Stealth Rocks and 2 layers of spikes up, and that's going to do a lot of damage right off the bat to Spiritomb. I am a choice banded Azumarill with huge power, so I'm going to be locked in. So I go into my Houndoom to try and just do something, because I know that I'm going to be able to resist any attack he throws at me, unless it has Water Pulse like the last guy, but I reason that that's not a very common move. So I do go for the Overheat, and it takes it down to about 10%, 11% of its health left, and the Sandstorm and Leftovers going to neutralize, but I can go for Overheat again and take it out. The only thing is now I'm really low on my special attack, and Hippowdon's going to come in. But the thing is about this Houndoom is that it's a mixed attacker, so I do decide to go for a Sucker Punch to take it out, but he goes for a Slack Off. I don't know if he was predicting the Sucker Punch. I don't know what he was doing, but he made a good play. I go for a Hidden Power just to get a little damage. I don't know why I did that. I think I was just waiting for my guy to die. So now I go into my Azumarill. Powdon is going to be kind of a pain, but I do so look at how much damage that waterfall does, and I flinch it too. So he uses slack off, but it's not going to matter because I'm going to hit it with another waterfall and just take it out. Um, and that's the power of Azumarill right there. Is just fucking almost one hit KOs. Fucking hit Powdon in the sand. And Tentacruel comes in, and Tentacruel, I'm thinking, might give me a little trouble, but because of the hazards I bothered to set up earlier, the rocks and the spikes combined are going to take out the Tentacruel. So yeah, I ended up winning 2 matches, and those matches were actually played not back to back, but within a close span of one another. And I really like using like the lower tiers because it is a different style of play, and it lets me experiment with Pokemon and teams that I wouldn't normally get a chance to. So yeah, I really enjoy playing with these teams, and the type synergy is a little weird, and I don't get coverage on all the types, but it works out pretty well. There's a strategy to this team, and I like it. But yeah, so I will hopefully be bringing you guys more variety in Wi-Fi battles. I'll still be playing OU once in a while, but I'm gonna try the lower tiers for a while, maybe even some Little Cup stuff. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell all of your friends.